I love Mr. Miracle by Tom King. I want to preface this video with I do not know much of anything at all about Tom King himself. I don't know his other works. I've read Gotham Year One, which was also written by him, and I also found that to be pretty good. But I see he gets a lot of flack online for like Wonder Woman and stuff. I will not be talking about those things. I will just be talking about Mr. Miracle. And I also want to preface that I have not read any of the Jack Kirby run of New Gods. It is something I am really interested in because of this book. And I will definitely be reading it soon. This book is amazing. It is one of my favorite comic books of all time. This might be overstating it, but it's up there with Watchmen for me. I remember reading Watchmen midway through high school and just being so astonished that a superhero story could be told that way. And I get the same feeling with Mr. Miracle. I love that, like, this messaging of he constantly feels like he can escape here, there, and everywhere. Like that the growth of a character where all he wants to do is escape all of the hard choices in his life. He just wants to push the can down the road, and he is presented this situation where he no longer can do that. He has to make a decision or the worst will happen. And you see him delay this decision over and over and over again, all the way up until his wife tells him to stay. And then after that, he finds his reason to keep going, which is his son. I think it's so amazing. And then the entire thing with Metron in the background, where he, like, this whole life he's living is actually a fake world made by Darkseid, where the anti-life equation is showing a depressed man an actual good life. Maybe I'm overgeneralizing it, but the messaging is definitely there. That he gets shown that he can escape this fake life, and he chooses to stay and not escape this world he's been given, because he's been given, like, the one thing he truly wants, he truly needs, is just a reason to keep going. He saw a face of God, and he said he saw so many other faces stare back at him. He sees his son, his son's sons, his son's son. And when his son looks at him, he sees his father, and the father that came before him, and the father that came before him. This bloodline of lineage, and that is the face of God in this book. I thought was so amazing. I never really thought of it. Maybe this is like a really common theme in other books or something like that. And this is like a common theme. It's just like, well, yeah, no, whatever. But no, I've never seen it before. And it's absolutely amazing. Big Barda, I think, is just an amazing character. I think all their names are very clever, and obviously, all these names have been around for a very, very long time. I think the joke on his name being scot-free because the person who raised him, his caretaker, his torturer, called him that because he could always get out of situations scot-free. I thought that was amazing. I think it's clever. It's fun. The feeling of wanting to escape a hard decision resonates with me so much, wanting to just not, not directly confront your problems up until you truly have to. I do that. It's truly one of my faults, and this book resonates with me so much because of it. Also, the art is fucking crazy. I love the art. The art is so good. Like, Flunky as a character just works for me. For a while on my second read, I've read the book twice. I read it when I first bought it a year ago, and then I read it again recently. For a while, I thought Flunky wasn't an actual physical character. Up until, like, when, the scene where Flunky is trying to explain, when Scott is about to get executed, and Flunky is trying to explain why Scott is dying in that moment, and how they're going to talk to the public about it, and then Big Barda just hits him, and basically, kills him. I thought in that scene, Flunky was this character that, this manifestation in his mind of all of his doubts, and how he can escape these situations and explain himself out of these situations. But, her hitting him was basically killing his doubts of, this shouldn't keep happening. I can't keep kicking the can down the road. And I thought that was awesome. But then it seems like later on he becomes an actual character when he starts watching the kid and taking care of him. So I'm not 100% on that, but whatever. I think the torture pit was so good. I'm sorry, I'm flipping through the book right now. Please excuse me. I'm just being reminded of all of this great art. And the joke about the veggies is so cool. I love the veggie bowl joke. That they brought up the veggie bowl so much. I loved it. Amazing. Watching Darkseid eat veggies, that's the page I'm on right now, is just so fun. And then the entire, Darkseid is having him be this such imposing force, like he is in the comics and everything. He just felt so much more opposing, so much more strong than how I've seen him in other comics, when he's, facing off Superman, right? Obviously he seems strong when he's fighting Superman, but he doesn't seem like this overwhelming threat. In this story, he seems like this impossible threat that no one will ever be able to defeat. It just works so well. Mr. Miracle by Tom King is probably going to be one of my favorite stories of all time for a very, very long time. I love it. There could be more I could say about it. I really like the shirts, every single time you see him in a different graphic tee, it's a different, hero, logo. I really want to get all the graphic tees of the hero logos he wears, and then just wear those around. I'm an ultra nerd, I don't know. I think that's awesome. I think it's so awesome. I think Batman being a little plushie that the kid plays with is so cool. I think I think back on the Superman movie where the dad says kids or parents aren't meant for kids, or for telling parents aren't meant for telling kids what they should do, what they're supposed to do. They're meant to be giving the tools to for the kids to just mess up all in their own right. And the Highfather, I see that in here with the Highfather basically being oh, you need to, Scott, you need to help, you need to do this, you need to do that, and he just doesn't. He doesn't want to get told what to do, especially by this father, by his biological father that feels like he's betrayed him because he was given to Darkseid and tortured for all those years. Also, I love Big Barda. If you look like Big Barda, hit my line, please. I'm sorry, no, that's inappropriate. Whatever, my bad. I'm gonna end it with this. I love Mr. Miracle. It's great. It's awesome. If you haven't read this 12-issue miniseries, it's imperative that you do. It explains enough about the New Gods where you can just read it all on your own and not need supplemental material. When I first read this, I knew nothing of New Gods. On my second read, I knew a little bit more. Yeah, it's a good standalone story. If you want something from DC that isn't just your classic Batmans or Supermans, I love Batman, I love Superman, this is a great pick. I love Mr. Miracle. I love it, love it, love it, love it so much. I got nothing else to say, so see ya.